is so much easier to do private lives and make them public after the fact. I am going to be recycling um, some video, um, things from my idea book. But today is someone's very special birthday. Happy birthday, Paul McCartney of Wings, the Beatles. Yeah, Paul McCartney, Egypt Station, all of that. And I just wanted to come on and wish Paul McCartney a very, very, very happy birthday. This video will be for people that have not seen um, my previous Paul McCartney videos that I did uh, um, last. I'm going to put back on the charger because it needs to be, because I'm also going to be doing your favorite memories of Paul McCartney. I actually got to see Paul McCartney in the 90s. So, and what are your favorite Paul McCartney songs? And I am recycling from my videos, but so what? It's not about me. It's about Paul McCartney today. But what are your favorite Paul McCartney songs, albums? We can include the Beatles as well, and whatnot. And since we're talking about rock and roll, let's start that. Get some extra festiveness going today. Yeah, I got to see Paul McCartney in the 90s when we had the Pontiac Silverdome. And 10 years later, I seen Ringo Starr. I am going to be doing a Ringo Starr, George Harrison, and I'm a little bit too late for George Harrison, so I'll just do John Lennon in my Ringo Starr yet. So you're going to be getting a lot of that as well. Glad that I am putting this in private and make it public. There's been a couple of times this week that it was hard for me to go live. And sometimes I don't go live because I don't have that much to talk about. Went to Chick-fil-A yesterday, but seriously, in all seriousness, what is the first ever Paul McCartney record that you heard? It could be like with the Beatles or a solo. My first ever actual Paul McCartney song I heard was a classic one that he did later. But everybody remembers I Better Not Sing It because it's copyrighted, but it came out in the 70s with Paul McCartney and Wings, actually. But hey, I look at it this way. If they got the energy and they want to do it, do it. I mean, look at the Rolling Stones off topically. If they got the energy, do it. It's like Ringo, he's going to be 82 this year. And if he's got the energy, go for it, man. I mean, Paul McCartney, he's 80 years old today. You know what? That is a great achievement. And in fact, let's pop out the bubbly too. I mean, let's get some bubbly bubblies for Paul McCartney. You know, I mean, bravo, you know. I mean, on a glorious achievement, besides his solo records. The first ever solo record I heard, I was a little bit older. It was I can't remember. I think it was it was Give My Regards to Broad Street. But I got into the Beatles first, then Wings, and it took me because I was so into Wings that it took me a while just to get introduced to his solo. But I think it was 78, 79, 80 when Coming Up came out. Then it was Say 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 with Michael Jackson, and just brilliant masterpieces. Just brilliant masterpiece of music. Like, could you imagine? And producer George Martin. But if I don't think, to my direct knowledge, and I've been a Beatles fan for I don't think Paul McCartney ever did any classical music. Like I said, to my knowledge, I may learn something today. And whatnot. But to me, he would have been a great conductor in an orchestra. I don't know if he's ever done any orchestra music. I don't think. But he would have been a great conductor. And one thing I love about YouTube these days is people are rediscovering old music. And it's fresh to them. And it's also fresh to us because they can be like other bands that you've been into, but you get involved in other stuff and then you hear them on the radio and go like, oh, wow, it's like a new, fresh discovery, But seriously, if I were to pick a favorite album, I don't really have, I have Give My Regards to Broad Street on cassette. Yes, I said cassette. Same thing with Flaming Pie, but they're mostly hits. And I have Band on the Run on CD. And then I have some vinyl too of hits and on CD as well. But in all seriousness, I should listen to what was it? I think a lot of people have been telling me this over the years, that I should listen to Ram. Because I guess in the early 70s, there, like I said, the feud between John and Paul in the 70s after the breakup. But in all seriousness, if Paul McCartney will die tomorrow, and if I were to hang on. If Paul McCartney were to die tomorrow, and I would have to pick 3 songs, in my opinion, to defy his career, that would be a hard thing to do. But here it goes. In my direct opinion, it would have to be Baby I'm Amazed. It would be for single. Um, that would be for Wings. Band, album of Wings would be Band on the Run. Solo, that's a tough one because he's done so many, many, and I have it on cassette. I haven't heard it, but and it was an underrated album. Not many people liked it, but I loved it. And that's Give My Regards to Broad Street and Flynn. I thought that was, but anyway, we'll get this back to normal here. But he's also done movies too. I always like Spies Like Us too. But anywho, when this comes up, and I will be releasing this soon, what are your favorite Paul McCartney memories? We could talk about the Beatles too. To define the Beatles with one album for me, that would be Too Hard. To define the Beatles in creativity, I know I'm going to take a lot of heat on this one, but this is, in my opinion, and you can define the Beatles in beginning, middle, and end. I would have to say that an iconic, I would have to pick their first album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I mean, that's an automatic right given. And I would say the White Album. To define the Beatles in one record, you would really would have to go back to their catalog. The Impact song. I mean, well, I Want to Hold Your Hand. I mean, that's, but it would be it would have to be that one, because that one put them on the map and brought the Beatles to the Ed Sullivan Show. But my favorite Beatles song is Across the Universe. It's just so beautifully sung. It's just stunning. And oh man. And what icons of music really influenced us the most besides the beginnings of music, like rock and roll, rhythm, and blues? What bands out there, I mean, we can include solo artists too, like Chuck Berry, can it be more influenced by the Beatles? To me, the Beatles paved the way for us. And if it weren't for the Beatles, we would not have everything. Like Eric Clapton, if it wasn't for the blues, we wouldn't have Clapton. You know what I mean? It's like, even like famous guitar players getting inspired through their peers, like Led Zeppelin, cr- you know, Cream, and it's like little pavements of the way for future generations of music. But I know this is going to be a long little video, but name what you think, if you had to define a band. It could be the Beatles or um, any band for that matter. Um, how would you rate the band that you like in influential, but regardless of like an album from like each thing, like with the Beatles or Wings, or same thing with George Harrison with the Beatles solo and the Traveling Wilburys, Ringo Starr, and you know, or any band. But either way, I just thought I would come on and do a small little tiny little live. But if you hear the lawnmower, the grass is being cut at the moment, just the front yard, of course. But I just wanted to come on and wish Paul McCartney a happy birthday, instead of doing a video, which I should. But there was trying to get like ideas for what to do with my channel. Another thing, since it's not Paul McCartney or Beatles related. I did not have any original material to do. We went to Chick-fil-A yesterday, and it ended up being a mukbang because I didn't really have that all much to film. As there's going to be some new things coming on one thing, but I just wanted to come on and apologize for that. There's some times that I only have like a small amount to say, but like I said, I'm just trying to get interaction in the comments and things about certain topics. But before I get any more busy, I just want to have like a little interaction thing in the comment section on what I just talked about. But happy birthday. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Paul McCartney, Sir Paul McCartney, I should say, 80 years old, still rocking, keep on making the hits. Paul McCartney, you're awesome. I'm Kara Knopf, your host, and I will see everybody next time. Baby, I'm amazed by you. Bye.